And that same God is speaking to us as he's ushering us into our season of victory. He said, listen, I'm coming to cancel out all the fear.
Thank you, God. Yes.
I'm coming to cancel out all the fear that the enemy have tried to been sowing into your life by proxy of what he's been trying to take you through. He says, fear not. This ain't man talking. This is God talking. There's victory in Jesus today and henceforth. I'm going to use the King James language, henceforth. It just simply means from this point forward. He says unto them, he says, fear not. And this is why you don't need to fear. He says, for I am with thee. This is God talking. He said, I am with thee. Because a lot of times when you're going through, he's with us when we're going through. Sometimes we don't realize that we're going through because our going through is so real. Right. And sometimes we don't come to the presence of mind to think that if he wasn't with us, even as real as the going through that we're going through, this thing would consume us by now. If it didn't consume us, it would take us to a place. It'll take us to a place in our mind because as I was going through that spiritual attack, can I tell you it was torment? It was torment. Until God got me to a place of revelation as to what was going on. And as I was experiencing it, and then I started to think back. And I said, you know, this feels, because I was in the street that week and I was in the grocery store. In line, I'm hearing people talking behind me. Man, I feel some kind of way. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what's going on in my, and they were describing the same symptoms that I was experiencing. On the phone that Monday or that Tuesday, I'm talking to one of my truck driver buddies, and he was upstate, he was up north somewhere, and he was telling, he said, man, yesterday, he said, I started hurting all of a sudden. He said, I got so drained, I got so tired. He said, I got, a shortness of breath, and we run by the clock, by our e-logs, keep up with our time. We got time on the clock, we ride. Right. He said, man, I had to stop yesterday. In the middle of my clock and go to sleep. He told me that Tuesday, that Tuesday when he went through that Monday. And then on Friday night, on Friday afternoon, I was talking to Sister D. And Sister D told me what she was doing. She said, man, I felt so bad, Pastor. She said, I was hurt, I was aching. She said, I was feeling some kind of way. So I drove myself to my doctor. And when she was telling me that, that's when the light bulb came on. And I said, Sister D, I said, you know what? I said, I was feeling the same way this week. I said, I talked to my buddy. I said, that was up north. I said, and he was feeling the same way, explaining the same thing in detail. I said, I'm in the grocery store, in line, to pay for my food. I'm listening to people in the other line over there. They talking about it, how they were feeling, explaining the same thing. And when Sister D said, I said, Sister D, I said, you know what? This is so eerie reminiscent of how the pandemic of 2019, 2020 started. People were feeling some kind of way in their bodies they couldn't even explain it. And I had the flu, but this don't feel like no flu. I went through something and I don't have my sense of smell and I don't have my sense of taste. And it was at that moment when the Spirit of the Lord said, listen, this is the devil trying to do the same thing again. Yes.